My volume's off. Happy Wednesday. You're watching the Dorkening. My name is Leo. I'm the monkey behind the keyboard here. We have an awesome show scheduled for you today. And as always, Steven.
Hello, everyone. And don't forget to vote for Super Retro.
Don't say it. Not now.
Yes, right now. The link is in the show notes. There's 4 days left. And vote for us, please.
Okay. Yo.
Hey everybody, just randomly found a needle on my desk of randomness. Apparently I was sewing something at some point.
Brandon!
A little bit of midnight sewing. I sleep sew. Hey, how's it going?
Or is there a thing as drunk sewing?
I mean, sure as hell can try, right?
I don't know. I haven't seen anything with like zigzag patterns or anything.
Why does everything look like a chevron? This is bullshit.
Jar Jar.
Hey.
Actually, I got a funny story about that. Well, not sewing, but I was
about to say that's why you said it.
Oh, no.
I want to make sure I'm not the only one.
So I was in a programming group at one time, and the guy that arranged the group, we were brainstorming. We were trying to program this site, and he had what was it? Johnny Walker Black.
Oh, yes, Johnny Walker Black Label. That's my go-to.
Oh my God. Yeah. So I had a rather large glass, and I was so friggin' wasted, and trying to program at the same time. It was an amazing experience.
Oh, next time I make my way down to Connecticut, I will bring my Johnny Walker Blue Label with me. Yeah, you like Black Label? This shit'll knock your socks off.
I sampled the Blue Label when I was a guest at a convention, and we did Celebrity Press Your Luck. Every time you hit a whammy, you had to take a shot of whatever was near you. And one of the panelists next to me had Johnny Walker Blue Label. So,
howdy, Tom.
Sampled it, yeah.
No, yeah.
I reason. Steve
like you stole it.
At the very end of I was the last one. I was the first one eliminated because I hit so many whammies, and
but I was happy. So
the only thing I remember from that night.
No whammy.
Ordering Johnny Walker Blue Label at like a bar would just for a glass. I mean, a couple of fingers would cost you $25-$30 easy.
Oh yeah, yep.
I love that shit though. God, I think I'm due for a new bottle.
How much does a bottle go for?
What would you think is too much?
I know it's pricey. Is 200 too low for that?
That's about right. Yeah, okay. $200. I mean, honestly, I would drink Blue Label more if I could afford to buy, a bottle at a whack anytime I wanted. But as it is, like, I mean, I've gone through a couple bottles, but there's one bottle in particular I've just been working my way through over several years. It was a gift from my brother-in-law, so I only bust that one out for special occasions to share with other people. Otherwise, if I get Blue Label, like, you can go fuck yourself. This is mine. I've never had Blue Label. Yeah, looks like the trend is going to continue after tonight too.
Too bad.
I'm actually more of a Jack Daniel's connoisseur, and I have a bottle of their Sinatra.
No such thing.
I have a bottle of their Sinatra Select, which is probably one of their rarest and more expensive bottles, and I save that for a special occasion. I don't know what the special occasion is yet, but
maybe it'll be winning best of podcast from theday.com.
Yeah.
Like how I worked that in?
Where I tried to earlier, but I got cut off. So
no. You stood firm. So
yeah, you plowed through.
He's like, nope, I'm saying it.
At the day.
So I don't know who.
Super Retro Throwback Review.
This is really
Steven.
fucking Shatner the hell out of that title, huh, Jeremy? Super Retro
It is
Throwback.
a lot.
Reviews.
So I don't know who's in the costume department over at Disney, but Kenobi was on fire this week.
All right, shut up. I have
Literally.
not watched today's episode.
Literally.
Oh man.
I didn't know
The
it
one
came out
time
on
I actually
Tuesday.
watched something before, like I
Ah,
didn't even eat dinner.
Poor
I
yo-yo.
watched that instead of
I'm
eating
sorry,
dinner.
man. All right, hold on. I'll put my fingers in my ears. Okay, go ahead.
Yo-Yo, since Brandon, did you see it as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw it.
I mean, so
It was okay. I mean, it didn't blow me away or whatever. I mean,
It left me with questions, but
yeah. I mean, I like the kid that they cast as Leia. Honestly, I think she's been doing an amazing job, and I've been seeing, of course, nobody hates Star Wars more than quote Star Wars fans. And I've been seeing so many people complain about this young actress, as well as the woman playing one of the Sith there, the third sister.
I am so glad I have not seen any of the hate.
unfortunately, I have.
I have, and it's
Yeah.
fucking vile and stupid.
I'm sorry, guys. That's
I mean, really, those are the two words that cover it: vile and stupid. And it's when it comes to this
Tiresome.
particular subject, that's like soup and sandwich, like ham and burger. Like, of course, those are gonna go together: vile and stupid.
not only the public post, but Ewan McGregor did a social post today, essentially saying, anybody acting like that is not a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Star Wars official page did as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kudos
Yeah,
to
well,
Disney
it's
for
about
having...
fucking time, because they didn't do any of that shit
no.
when people were harassing John Boyega or Kelly Tran,
Yeah.
which, Kelly Tran, for the love of God, she already changed her name because she was being wary of the type of
role she
racism and bullshit she was going to have to put up with. Her real name is Lopan Tran, which is a beautiful name, and she should never have had to change it. But as it is, we have two characters, and here's the thing that really fucking gets my goat is that they gave John Boyega and Kelly Tran such a hard time with just being in those movies, and no one said word fucking one about Oscar Isaac. Not a single word. I mean, we had a problem with the young black man in it. We had a problem with the young Asian woman in it, but what, people just kind of didn't know that Oscar Isaac is from
They had no
Guatemala.
idea. Well,
They had no clue.
Not
So
a
they
clue.
had nothing to say about it.
Yeah.
Fucking
Pretty much.
dicks.
Yep.
Fucking, it just goes leaps and bounds to show how ignorant these fucking ass clowns are.
So apparently they've been bombing her direct messages as well. Ewan McGregor messaged that, or said that in his video
She
today.
posted some of them.
Yeah.
I
Part of her
just
story.
I don't even understand why you take that much time out of your day.
It's fucking
Because black
ghoulish.
people are
To-
in my
to-
show because, heaven forbid,
Like,
Black
fucking
people
be
be in
happy
anything.
that they're adding to your fucking show. Like, it
But they
was
should only
dead
add
for
white
like
people.
20 years. Unreal.
Like, it's just like, we can put as many fucking green people or blue people or fucking head tentacled people on a screen for Star Wars as we want. But the second we show an actual brown person or an actual olive skin person, then fucking game over, man. Game over. This isn't the Star Wars I grew up with. You mean the one where Lando Calrissian, played by Billy D. Williams, was one of the coolest dudes in any fucking galaxy, let alone one a long time ago and far, far away? Get fucked.
don't they
Every
even
last one of you
realize
that has a problem with any of these actors, performers being in these shows and movies for Star Wars, just go fuck yourself. It's that simple. Get
They're-
fucked.
they're
You have
siding
no-
with the Empire?
Yeah, like
they
you
are.
have literally become the villains
Yeah.
in the stories that you grew up claiming to love.
Like if you notice throughout the Empire, there are rarely any alien people in leadership positions. It's always humans. It's a whole racism thing. Like it's to show like and like the people just don't get it. Like it's the same way with people reading comic books. They just don't get where these stories come from and what they're about. And like
Oh yeah. It was like, oh well, you know, back in my day, it wasn't as heavy-handed. Yeah, because back in
'cause-
your day, it couldn't be. You fuckwit. Like my favorite complaint is Star Trek recently. Like Star Trek, oh they're going too woke. You know, they were subtle back then.
really
Subtle. So like Frank Gorshin being white and black, and other people being white and black, but on quote the wrong sides of the body. That was subtle. All right, you say so. These fucking losers, I swear.
Well,
Like it's sci-fi. That's the
breathe,
thing. Like
Leo,
that
breathe.
I don't get. Like it
think
should
we
be a
need to
place where you
calm
should
Leo
feel
down.
okay, because I mean you're already dealing with things that are like, again, perfectly fine with aliens. Doesn't matter what color the alien is, perfectly cool with that. But the moment that a person with my skin tone or a person that's not white shows up, all of a sudden it's horrible. And you're doing something wrong to them.
Yep.
What the fuck? Seriously.
How dare you make a character that I can't relate to because of the things they've gone through, because of what people like who look like me have put them through. You guys suck. Yeah, you really hit the nail on the head there, quote unquote fan. Jesus Christ.
you know, the fandom really needs to go through like a purge. You know, it's
Yeah, like a full-on Blumhouse style purge. Let's just go out for one night a year and kill as many as we possibly can. No, sorry. I don't advocate
That's a bit
violence.
too far, Brandon.
It's
Sorry.
not just
Too far.
Sorry.
Too far.
I'm saying the inside part out loud. I'm whoopsie.
I think it's with any fandom, because you have the Star Wars fandom we were just talking about, you have the Star Trek fandom, and that everyone has their
Well,
thing
hell, look
going
what
on.
happened to freaking Jar Jar Banks and the
Oh, yeah.
actor there. Like that dude got pushed almost right over the edge. Like,
And
Like,
like I
Lord.
mentioned last week, I mean the wrestling fandom is all
oh, fuck.
2-sided, 4-sided, 6-sided. Everyone has their own camps with everything, and it gets toxic very fast.
well, wrestling's its own special breed because a lot of those people still think it's real. You know.
Yeah. Okay, and like,
It's
listen,
a
let's
soap
not get into that fucking debate. All right, like we understand the physical feats with which they
Oh, yes. It's
like they
freaking
perform.
amazing.
Yeah, that is real. But
Yeah,
like
the amount of
the
time you have to
outcomes,
have to.
The storyline.
it's all fake. Like the outcomes are determined beforehand.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like, let's be real. It's a rope opera. All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. So yeah, like when we are saying it's fake, what we mean is it's a story.
Mm-hmm.
That's like me saying, the Avengers is fake. But like the
Whoa,
stuntmen and
whoa.
women really did a lot of cool shit that you saw in those movies, right? Like heaven forbid I hope these same folks who get all up in arms when you say like wrestling is fake understand that Keanu Reeves cannot actually stop bullets in midair.
What?
Uh-oh, Leo, I got some bad news for you.
Like, oh, there goes my Sunday plans.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, don't try that one, Yo-Yo.
I don't recommend that for anybody.
No, I haven't seen it work yet.
Yeah. Don't worry, I've done this hundreds of times, so I'm bound to get it right sooner or later.
What was that Daffy Duck quote where it was I can't remember. Damn it.
Yoinks in a way.
No. Where he could do this one act, but he could only do it once, where he blew himself up.
That sounds familiar, but I don't know. I just watched the Chester and Spike episode of Looney Tunes the other day because I was trying to explain Chester and Spike in comparison to my dogs Otisburg and Argo. They are very much the same. Hey, what are we gonna do? Huh, Spike? Huh, Spike? What are you gonna do, Spike? Huh, Spike? Psh, shut up. Argo bouncing around Otisburg, and he just literally takes his paw and pushes it right in his face. Little one goes down, comes right back up, bouncing around him again. It's hysterical.
So to ring us around back to Kenobi.
No.
Yo, we didn't get your thoughts on it.
I mean, so far it's okay. Interested to see where the story goes. Questions about, like, especially with the last episode, like, because you have to put all the characters where they were. Like, that's the issue with going back with anything. At some point, there's very low stakes, because you know that, like, what characters are going to be around, what characters might not be around, because you haven't heard of them before. So
yeah,
it's interesting so far, but
yeah.
But yeah, like you said, I mean, like, oh no, I hope they don't catch young Leia and then hurt her. Oh no, wait, she's in A New Hope. I hope Obi-Wan doesn't get killed. Oh wait, he's in A New Hope.
Maybe Leia's a clone, and we've just never known this whole time.
Ooh.
I'm really.
That's why she was able to breathe in space in The Last Jedi.
Exactly.
I'm more in for the Easter eggs because we all know where this all leads to. Obviously,
I also want to see the new characters that they bring out, because I've read a lot of the comics up to now. I'm probably a year behind at this point, but like I read all of like Darth Vader Volume 1 and 2 and Dr. Aphra and well, the Star Wars as that went on. I want to see Aphra brought in. Like, I love seeing Black, however you say his name,
Kazan,
the Wookiee. Yeah, that was dope. When they brought him in, I was like, that's fucking. I want to see 000. I want to see, like, they're like a friggin' the 000 is like C-3PO, but evil.
Yes.
Like, friggin' awesome.
I feel like you guys got a lot more out of like Easter eggs on this show because I don't go with extraneous shit.
I mean,
and the only thing I got was like, oh, I think those are death sticks. That's all I got. I was like,
but what really sold me
death sticks, woohoo! Star Wars heroin, baby.
Well, I like it when they give away free drugs. I was like, hey, look, it's
first
that
one's
trope.
always free, Jeremy.
Yeah,
come on.
I've never heard of that except for it's like TV.
One particular Easter egg that from the first episode that I really loved, and I didn't, because you didn't get an answer for it in episode 4, and they gave you an answer for it in the first episode, that the ship that Luke had in his hand when he was cleaning up the droids. Yeah, the toy. That was bought by Obi-Wan. And that was so cute. It brought it full circle, and I kind of like that. So, I don't know.
I didn't catch that at all, so good on you, man. I apparently need to rewatch A New Hope, I guess.
Yeah, you remember when he's on the Millennium Falcon playing with the little what is it? I don't know the name of the ship, but the
yeah, that was his what, T-16?
T-16 Skyhawk.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
sure.
It wasn't on the Millennium Falcon. It was in
Tatooine.
It was his home.
Yeah, it was.
Was that?
Yeah, it was in his room. You can see the actual T-16 in the background, the engine for it.
Hold on, wait. So you guys,
Falcon, though?
Wait a fucking minute. All right, you mean to tell me that you saw this fucking thing in Obi Wan Kenobi, the limited series on Disney Plus, and you just immediately were like, "Oh, that's the toy in Luke's bedroom on Tatooine when he lived with his Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru"?
I just remembered it was from A New Hope. I didn't know it was Tatooine. I thought
No,
he was
answer
on
my
the ship.
question, damn it.
Because I can remember him
Yes.
like huddled up with a blanket over himself playing
That
with
is.
it. Wasn't that happening? Was that scene?
Wow, it must be an uncensored
Yeah,
version.
he was playing with
no,
it.
no,
He was
no, no,
in
no,
the
I-
bed
He
with
was
the
still
blanket over him,
clothed.
playing with his lightsaber.
I
Oh.
remember the scene Jar Jar is talking about, but I think he was
Listen to the noise it makes.
I think he was fidgeting with something. It wasn't.
Oh yeah, I bet he
Apparently his
was.
lightsaber.
I can't turn the lightsaber on. It takes a second. You gotta get it
Somebody's
ready.
gonna have to tell me how Obi-Wan knew where his lightsaber was out in that desert, because
Yes.
that was ridiculous. 10 years later, and he's not connected to the Force.
Well, I wouldn't say he's not connected. It's more like he's doing his best to stay disconnected. There's a difference. Like,
hmm.
yeah, like
I
he is
feel like-
he is actively trying to avoid the Force. But I feel like there's probably some of that seeps through, regardless of what he wants. He's basically turned himself into a Force sensitive instead of a Force user at this point. And
I
of
guess
course,
I'll go along on that trip.
that's how I took it. Because I mean, if you have the Force and you don't know, you haven't been trained, then you use it instinctually.
Yeah,
You
kind
know,
of as
that's-
Leia's doing right now.
Exactly. And that's the other thing too. A lot of people were complaining about like, oh yeah, good thing that little Leia can run at 78 miles per hour so she can get away with those mercenaries going after him. Like, she is a fucking Skywalker, you ass clowns. Like, why wouldn't you just assume for a second that she's just instinctively using the Force and confounding them? I mean, they don't seem like the strongest minded individuals, do they? No.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
but she is like, she did it to Obi-Wan too.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like,
it's a
what
little-
the hell? That's the only thing with her. I'm just like, why can nobody catch a little 10-year-old running around? I'm like,
Because she's
"Dude,
instinctively using the Force to confuse and confound them.
I have
She even did it to
10-year-olds.
the
They're not
basis
that
of Red
hard.
Hot Chili Peppers.
What was
I
that,
can't
Steve?
run that fast.
He even did it to the basis of Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Well, yeah, those are
Poor
the guys I was
Flea.
talking about.
Yeah,
Flea
he was
got
looking
it,
for
huh?
higher ground.
Now, hold on. Since we didn't actually see Flea die, and it's Star Wars, is Flea dead?
In
One-
an alternate universe,
one
he
can
turns
only
into
hope.
noodles.
Not a fan of Flea?
No, it doesn't matter to me one way or the other. Although I will never forgive him for what he did to Marty McFly.
I'm lost. Who's Flea?
He played
the
Needles
base-
and
Back to
Hold
the
on.
future.
Oh,
hold on, wait. Do you just mean generally, or like the references we're making?
He's the basis for Red Hot
oh.
Chili Peppers, for Needles, and Back to the Future, and he
Oh,
was also
yeah.
one of
yeah,
the mercenaries in.
Yeah,
in
he
that-
was like the head of the mercenaries that kidnapped Leia, little Leia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm aware of the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I would think so.
I know their music, but I never really paid attention to the people in the band. So
That's all right. I mean, you're not missing a whole lot,
No,
especially
not
nowadays.
really.
Like, are you a big fan of 3-chord progression? Because if so, you're gonna really enjoy the last 4 albums the Red Hot Chili Peppers made.
They just give it away.
Damn it! I was waiting to work that in, Jeremy.
I'm sorry. I was
gonna
looking for a
sneak that in.
pun.
But that's all right. I was waiting for it, and yeah, you beat me to it.
I
That's
was
fine.
thinking of Under the Bridge. He could go listen to it under the bridge, but like I was like,
I mean, sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner. Sometimes I feel like my only friend.
okay, so I don't want to spoil anything about this episode because it
I've been
was
trying not
an amazing episode, but I have a feeling.
I wouldn't call it amazing. It wasn't bad.
Well,
Let's call it amazing.
Yeah, I'm with Yo-Yo here.
certain scenes, I was awestruck.
Yeah, me too.
like the blue scene.
I'm colorblind.
Yes, I know which one you're talking.
I am not colorblind, as evidenced by my fucking wardrobe.
No,
on
it's
Yeah,
more-
the
you are looking
episode.
snazzy.
It's
as
not more of
Thank
the
you.
blue
tonight.
scene, but it's
I
more
love
of the
that cap.
blue
I really
and
do.
other color content.
No. When that blue hit and all you see is like
Shadow.
No, not shadow. Like you just see the blue haze and then like his face, and it was like that was like straight out of like the original series.
Yeah.
The trilogy. So my fear is that we have hit the peak. Like we're not going to see that again.
Oh, if that's your fear, then I'm doubly afraid now, because if this was the fucking peak, then the rest of this show is gonna suck, because like straight up, this has been wildly okay.
I mean, are you sure that's the only thing you're afraid of, Brandon? Are you sure you're not afraid it's going to go back to the sandbox of Tatooine?
I mean, I know it's going to go back to Tatooine.
Yeah, it has.
Everybody has to go back to their
I've been saying that for months. Like, I get that it's going to start there and it's going to end there. I didn't want it to take place there. And so far, my expectations have been met in that regard.
Have we hit a new planet yet?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've hit a new
Couple.
planet every.
Oh
yeah,
no. I mean, on episode 3, where are we? I didn't know 1 and 2 already.
we're on another desert planet.
No, it's
Oh.
not. It's not.
Not really a
It's not a
Is
desert.
it Dantooine?
Yeah, not really desert, more like Arizona.
Yeah.
Okay, so it has cacti. That's nice.
It's got growth. I mean, they were standing in a fucking field when
Oh.
they hitched a
See,
ride.
these guys are not very good with their descriptions, Brandon. Like-
Yeah, I'm fucking picking that up. Like, yeah, he was on a desert planet, so it was just nothing but sand. Well, no, there was like growth of plants.
There was a
and stuff
lake
around.
over there too.
You know, like they were growing stuff, so not a desert. Well, I mean, like
You
Arizona,
can't really see any
so a
trees.
state that's covered in desert. Maybe pick a better example.
Well, in the
Like-
part of
like-
Arizona where they're near
Like
the volcanoes.
Oklahoma, but like at the Texas line.
Yeah.
You know, like a little arid. Probably used to be able to grow a lot more stuff back before climate change. Like
Actually,
like nuts.
Obi-Wan says that he says it used to be fields and farmers, and now it's just barren.
Yeah, it's
Not
it
barren, but-
kind of like the Empire showed up and just like took advantage of all the
Sucked
resources
it
that the
dry.
planet had. Yeah,
Yeah.
But I would say it's more of a deserted planet than
I
a
wonder
desert
if
planet.
we'll get back to Mustafar, because that's supposedly where Vader
Maybe you should
has
watch.
his-
Maybe you should watch the episode.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm not saying it happens. I'm just saying maybe you should watch this episode.
There was another planet also, where the Inquisitors were.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
They had their own, like, it was like a water
So
world type of place.
far, I've not been impressed with the Inquisitors, except for what's her name, because she's the only one acting like an Inquisitor.
I was really disappointed, and like, keep in mind, once again, like, I don't have all this fucking background
Mhm.
Star Wars noise. All right, I like Rupert Friend, the guy who was playing Grand Inquisitor, and I was very happy to see that he was cast in this because he was in the show Homeland for a while on
Yep.
Showtime. I stopped watching it like a few
Fourth
years before it
season,
ended.
I think.
Yeah, that's about 4th or 5th season. I kind of
Yeah.
cut out, but he was in it, and I was like, damn, dude, like, I had no idea he was British for the entire like time he was on the show. It blew my mind. His American accent was that good, but he was just intense, man. And at that point in time, I was like, man, if they ever do like Nightwing Grayson kind of project, this guy would be perfect. And when I found out he was cast and that he was going to be playing someone called the Grand Inquisitor, I'm like, oh, I've heard those two words smushed up against one another before in Star Wars stuff. That should be very interesting. And then I watched the first 2 episodes and I was like, well, I guess interesting is a word that you could use. Not the one I would use, but someone could use it for sure.
They're definitely more interesting in other Star Wars lore, I find.
I'm sure.
They're much more vicious and like like they're supposed to be backstabbing and like trying to one up each other for
Well, I
Vader
mean,
the whole time.
there was
and-
definitely some backstabbing with
Well,
the Grand
she-
Inquisitor.
she definitely like that's why I was like she's the only like the dude both of them like the first guy's the Grand Inquisitor stops her from killing what's his name just to kill him anyways, which I'm like completely
Yeah, what's
baffled
with
by.
fucking Star Wars Raiden over there?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
every single time I see him, I half expect to see him fly across the fucking screen.
But like, yeah, he stops her too, and they're both like, "Oh, that's not what we do, third sister." I'm just like, "No, that is what you guys do. What do you mean?" I'm like, "You're supposed to be ruthless," and they're offering them money to find the Jedi. I'm like, "No, no, 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 no."
Yeah, I will say one of the complaints I saw lobbed at Moses. I feel awful. I can never remember her last name, and I like her because the only other thing I saw her was the what is it?
Ingrid, isn't it?
Oh, Ingram?
Ingram.
Is it Ingram?
Ingram.
Moses Ingram. She was in The Queen's Gambit.
That was a cool
on-
movie.
Yeah, she played the friend from the orphanage, like
Oh,
her
okay.
only friend in the world. Yeah,
That
she's
orphanage was fucked up.
I know. And the thing is, like, especially when you watch like The Queen's Gambit versus seeing her in Obi Wan Kenobi, like she is a beautiful young woman. She really is, and it really shows for me at any rate, like how well she's actually doing with acting because her attitude just comes through as being overly ambitious as an inquisitor,
Mhm.
and it overall changes how I see her. I'm like, oh, you suck, boo you, boo you ugly souled, ugly faced individual. And then I'm like, but wait a minute, no, she's not. She must be a good actress. Holy shit, you know, like. But
There it is.
one of the things that the Grand Inquisitor says, you know, is like you are being too emotional when it comes to this. And I see all kinds of people like, I thought the Sith was supposed to be emotional. That doesn't even make any fucking sense. I'm like, no, actually, it makes perfect sense because
Yeah,
the Sith are supposed to let their
act on
emotions
emotions.
fuel their
Yeah.
motivations. Like they're supposed to act on them, but they are not supposed to let them control
No,
them.
no,
They
not
are
at
in
all.
control of their emotions. They feel
Exactly.
them, and that's what separates them from the Jedi.
They
What he's
manipulate
saying to
people.
what he's
using
saying
them.
to her is, you are letting your emotions dictate how you behave.
Yes.
You are not letting your emotions motivate you. Like there's a big difference. Like it's like the old Mystery Men joke with Ben Stiller when the Sphinx is trying to train him. The Sphinx is like, you must learn to control your anger. Or what? My anger is going to control me? Huh? That's what you're going to say, right? Right? Yeah, that's what I thought. You know, like that's exactly what it is, though. You know, you want to be able to use the hate and use the anger. You don't want the anger and hate to use you. And that's exactly what I took that as the Grand Inquisitor, like, you know, commenting on. And for someone who's never read 5 million books and all that happy horse shit, I thought that was pretty fucking clear while watching the show. I don't know. It just seems like a very, very flimsy argument.
So speaking of anger,
The Incredible Hulk? I'm down. Let's do it.
no, I am.
Why do we have a new?
I'm gonna do something very rare.
Oh,
Steven, let the anger flow through you.
oh.
Oh, wait, I can do this. Hold on.
Use your hate. Use your hate, young Christina.
Surprise me. What?
What are your thoughts on Gotham Knights?
Ooh.
Actually,
I suppose I'd have to have some first.
actually, there's no hate at all because
Really?
it
That's a
looks-
very strong word. Like
Well,
Steven's like, I'd have to like commit so much more of myself to come to the point where I hate it. Right now, it's just kind of like a zzz, zzz.
yeah, no, it looks promising, and
flicked
also
too
I wasn't.
What?
See,
What?
there
So
you
you're
go.
the one.
There
All
you
right,
go.
Leo,
I just wanna
hold
see
on,
the
wait.
reaction.
Wait. Let's flip the script here.
Leo,
Yeah.
use your hate. Let the anger flow through you.
Do it.
Oh my God! What, Steven? I had such high hopes for you.
You know what, Steven? I
can
know
I
you
voice
didn't
my
purposely go to troll him, but keep that in mind next time. Just like tuck that one back because if Leo throws something like that at you, I think he's trying to use you as a proxy so he can get to the point where he can talk shit. You should always, from now until the end of time, when Leo baits you like this, be like, I thought it looked amazing. I can't wait to see it.
Can I give my
I'm
reason?
It's gonna
give
be
it a shot.
It's gonna be on HBO Max. I subscribed solely for that. Like,
So my reasons for that is I don't know anything about the property, but I'm interested. Also,
Is there like a Gotham Knights storyline?
hold on. Let's
You
let
finish?
Steven
no, yeah,
finish.
also because me and my girlfriend finished Supernatural last year, and Jensen Ackles has been in The Boys, and Jared Padalecki's doing Walker. No one knew what Misha Collins was doing, and he's in this, so it looks promising that he's in this, and I'm really interested to see what he does, because given his range, being in 15 seasons of Supernatural, obviously they can pretty much do anything after Supernatural. And
Can they?
Thank you, Brandon.
Okay. Now
Yeah, Jared Padalecki really rode that wave into Walker, Texas Ranger.
I only saw like 2 episodes. I didn't.
Yeah, so he can do anything.
But
Remember that.
Dream big, kid.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Hey, you got 1 out of 3 so far. The second one, you're still riding a little bit. It might work, it might not.
Yeah, but I'm really interested to see what Misha Collins brings to the table with Gotham Knights, and also, seeing this young talent. I really want to see what they do in this. So,
oh shit, he's playing Harvey Dent in Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
Which is confusing. He's Harvey Dent's playing or Harvey Dent is a detective of some sort in this.
Well, let's just say that they're playing
Is that-
fast and loose with actual.
Well, I
DC.
understand that, but like, I'm just trying to gather all the information of it.
You know what?
Harvey
know what?
Dent's the detective in the Commissioner Gordon position, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna have the Carrie Kelly is gonna be the Catwoman of the show, I'm sure. It's gonna be the love interest of the Turner Wayne, I guess is it. Is there, like, I know you wikied it, Leo. Has it been in comics? Because I have never heard of Turner Wayne. And I've
No.
read a lot of
No.
crap.
So is this like separate from DC's property? I mean, I want to know more about it after seeing the trailer.
Well, if you want to know more about it, you're gonna have to watch the show, because
Yeah.
they are just cherry picking from the Batman mythos and throwing it into a blender. It's like, hey, let's take a bunch of things that, like, people's names and snippets of events that happen in the comics, and add a huge heaping helping of the failed television series Birds of Prey, and just set it to blend.
So maybe that's why my interest is piqued in it, because after see, I'm seeing Leo's fucking smirk there. There it goes. Here it comes. So I think that's why this is piquing my interest, because given all of my built up hatred of DC stuff, some certain DC stuff, I like some DC stuff, but just the fact that this isn't tied to any DC property.
Well, so some of the characters are. So I'm going through a rundown of the characters. So Stephanie Brown, portrayed by Anna Lore. The show's version of the character is described formidable coder whose sarcasm is matched only with her intellect. The character was created by Chuck Dixon and Tom Lyle in 1992's Detective Comics. Moving on to Carrie Kelly, portrayed by
I know that name.
Navia Robinson, and that she's the Robin from Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Next.
Let's see, Harper Row.
Now, hold on.
Yep.
Harper Row is also from.
I know that name.
Yeah.
So do I.
Created by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo in 2012.
Okay,
Batman.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Carrie Kelly character.
Yeah.
Oh, good. So they have a couple of the same character. Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Cullen
And Joker's
Moore.
daughter. which I'm kind of like, why? But
Bluebird. Okay. So anyway, Jesus, this show is gonna be fucking terrible. I mean, maybe it won't be. But here's the thing.
You won't
I'm
even
sure-
give it a chance after.
Oh no! Hold on. I'm literally in the middle of talking. Literally in the middle of talking. I was saying, actually, you know what? It might be okay. The thing is, I'm not gonna really have like an opinion one way or the other about it. Because I'm not really interested in checking it out.
no.
I'm actually like a little. Well, I'm not a little. I'm burnt out on Batman-esque stuff because like that's what we
Especially from the
keep getting.
CW.
Yeah,
Like,
we don't need it. Like they keep shoving Batman related things,
without
especially
Batman.
down our throats.
This is the
Like-
second show in a row where they've killed off Batman, and it's some rogue group of characters.
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
literally
we
what
did
Birds of Prey
Gotham
was.
already. We've
Are
done.
you guys hating on DC too?
Well,
No.
CW.
No. I am hating on the absolute abundance of Batman projects.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know how you would conflate the two. Like, what I'm saying is they have so many other properties and characters that they could utilize on the street level. I don't even mean cosmic powered entities
Well,
or
that's
anything
why
like
I was
that.
so happy when they did Doom Patrol and Swamp
Yeah.
Thing. And Swamp Thing was dope. I thought they were going to go great with that. I was so disappointed that it got canceled right away. That whole whatever going down in Georgia fiasco stuff. But
They revoked their tax
yeah,
breaks.
yeah.
Yeah. So
You gotta pay money to make this?
Nice.
Hold on. But I was interested
More
to
than
see
$2
because
million.
they were bringing in the demon with that and stuff. I was like, where are they going with this whole show?
Oh, they were bringing in Jason Blood?
Uh,
Do you mean Blue
oh,
Devil?
sorry, Blue Devil. My bad.
Okay.
Yeah, my brain went
I was
all
like,
crazy.
I
for a
stopped
second.
watching on like episode 6 because I found out that it was canceled, and I was like, I'm not setting myself up for heartbreak here. Also, for my part, like it started getting a little melodramatic, and I was like,
Yeah, there's a lot of romance.
I was okay with hanging on tight for that. I mean, when it got canceled, I was kind of bummed because I really liked Derek Mears, who was playing Swamp Thing in it, and I was really happy to see him in the role. I think he was doing a great job. But there was a lot of that other stuff, and I was just like, this feels like something written by the staff of All My Children. I mean, let's be real. And
It's the
you know, by the
CW shows leaking in. That's the issue.
although I did think it was cool that they had Woodrue in there and what have you, because the only other time we got Dr. Woodrue, the Floronic Man, in live action was John Glover showing up as Dr. Woodrue in Batman and Robin.
I
No.
did not even catch that.
That movie's like buried in my thoughts, and
Yeah, I don't
try
think
not
I've
to-
watched it since it came out.
I've watched it numerous times, not like like sat down to go out of my way. It's just like if it's been on or what have you, I'm like, oh, Batman and Robin. I
Well,
got nothing
it
better to
does
do.
have my favorite line in it from the Batman movies of that time, which is
You're not
when-
sending me to the cooler. No.
No, when Robin they're on
Holy
the
Metal
metal.
Batman?
Holy
No,
Rusty Metal
no,
Batman.
no,
That's
no,
Batman
no,
Forever,
that's from Batman
guys.
Forever. It's Batman
Oh,
Forever.
that was Batman Forever.
Yes.
Sorry.
I love that line as well. Yeah.
Leo
I-
made the same exact mistake like 3 months ago. He was like, "Oh, it has my favorite line." I'm like, "No, it." Steve and I said the same thing. No, it fucking doesn't. Wrong Batman movie.
Well,
That's why I
all
don't
those
watch any
Batman
of those.
movies you can merge together.
Batman and Robin has so many ice puns. Like,
Like I'll watch Batman, the Michael Keaton and ones over and over again. Like especially during Christmas time, they just feel
You're
right for that
goddamn
time.
right.
They just feel right. But like the other ones, no.
So
Batman Forever is my favorite out of those four. I think Val Kilmer was a superior Bruce Wayne to any of
Really?
the others. Yep, absolutely. And I found out later on in life that Bob Kane actually felt the same exact way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that Batman Forever, regardless of its execution and having it be this like neo deco thing, um, it's the only movie that out of those four that actually tries to give Bruce Wayne motivation and show why he does what he does. The first Batman movie by Tim Burton should not be called Batman because Batman is an incidental character. He is not the main character of that movie. The name of that movie should have been The Joker. The only reason you find out what made him become Batman in a manner of speaking is because of how it tied into the Joker's origin, not because of Batman's, not because of Bruce Wayne's. And Batman Returns is a fucking McDonald's commercial sprung to life on the big screen.
And I love it.
Yeah.
Every bit of it.
And I
Danny
hate how
DeVito's Penguin.
absolutely disgusting they made the Penguin in that movie.
Loved it every
I
time.
love
Yeah,
Danny DeVito.
I do
what a
admit,
waste
yeah.
of Danny DeVito.
I
as
do
the Penguin.
agree. They did make the Penguin more grotesque than he should have been.
Yeah.
But,
what a waste of Danny DeVito and his talents. For
Paul
real.
Rubin, I love almost everything Paul Rubin touches. Like that man can be in
Especially
anything.
himself.
Yes. High five. High five.
I
Timely reference, everybody.
That was a lob.
I'm good, by the way. How are you?
So I do like how Paul Rubin reprised his role in Gotham.
What's that?
He played Mr. Cobblepot.
Oh yeah. On Gotham,
Yeah.
he played Mr. Cobblepot to what's her name as Mrs. Cobblepot. There, that lady's great. She, my favorite. She was in Scrooged as the
Carol Kane.
Yeah, I think so.
Carol Kane. She was the one.
Second Ghost, yeah.
Bitch, hit me with the toaster. Yeah, it's Carol Kane.
Oh yeah, she was.
Oh,
in,
she's great.
Oh, from Taxi.
Yeah.
And the
Locked in
dead
his
don't
wife.
die.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
She was great. Yeah. She's like a really scary kind of character.
She was also fantastic in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. If you ever watched that on
Yes.
Netflix,
Oh yeah.
hilarious. But yeah. So anyway, fucking Batman shit. Jesus, Mary Joseph. I can't fucking get away from it.
Well,
Stranger
yeah.
calls.
Well, since Leo is picking my brain about DC, I'm going to pick his brain. Leo, did you see Top Gun Maverick yet?
Not yet. It's on my list to see though.
Am I the only one that's seen it this past weekend?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Now
I
ask
wanna
you.
see
Now
it,
ask
but
you. Now ask yourself the unsaid thing. Like, are you the only one that actually really cares about the movie?
I've been hearing great things about it.
Yeah.
I have two, and I can't wait for it to hit Pluther. But that's
one
not
of
the
That's one of my
extent
best goddamn inventions right there, man. I tell
For
you.
Yeah.
real.
For the record, I'll just give
It sounds fun.
I'll give a quick spoiler-free thing real quick. It's really, really
You
good.
can spoil the fuck out of it for me,
Yeah.
man, because
I mean,
I'm
yeah.
never gonna watch it.
Well, I know
Actually,
Leo-
Leo.
I
or
have
the
watched
guys-
bits and pieces of the first one.
I know.
Yeah,
Leo-
that's what's
I know
keeping me
Leo
from watching it too, Yo-Yo. Is I haven't really seen the first movie. I remember disjointedly seeing portions of it as a kid, and that's
I know
about it.
Leo's gonna see it, and I don't want to spoil it for him.
Yeah,
Well-
I love
well,
the first one.
He spoils so much for you, though.
The guys the other night
Do
spoiled
it.
it for me right away.
Do
They were
it.
just like Val Kilmer's in it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
well,
Basically,
okay.
it's,
That's all I wanted to know.
it-
The rest of the movie, I don't care.
it's really the fact that
Sorry,
they.
Steven.
No, it's fine.
I'll stop.
The fact that they used if you watch the behind the scenes of this film, and they use the actors and they go through this training and they go in the jets and everything, they kind of didn't do that in the first one. Like
Do they go through the sharks at all too?
sharks.
And why is it behind the screen?
West Side Story reference.
And
Well-
why is it behind the screen? You want it
Jets.
on in front of the screen so you can see it.
Behind the
Jesus
scenes on that.
Christ.
Anyway, it's a good movie. I recommend anyone who's a Top Gun fan to check it out. It's on this. I'm not going to say it's better than Top Gun. It's on the same level as Top Gun.
So, like, would you give Top Gun like an 8 to a 9 and Top Gun Maverick like a 7 to an 8?
No. Both.
Higher?
So, like I said, Top Gun would be like a 9, and Top Gun Maverick would be a 9. Because I would not give Top Gun Maverick a higher rating than Top Gun.
What's the
both of them-
actual plot of the movie? Like, I have no idea who's the bad guy. Is there a bad guy, or are we?
Gravity is the bad guy, Jar Jar.
There isn't technically a bad guy. It's more of a fallout from the first movie.
Okay, so we're going after.
Oh
Migs
man, so if I
again.
don't see the first movie, I'm just gonna be completely lost.
It's the
Kinda,
Russian
yeah,
Migs.
because
More reason for me not to see it. Thanks.
the female lead is a deep reference in the first movie in the first 10 minutes.
Do they play volleyball?
beach football? Close enough.
Not volleyball. Fuck that.
No.
This interview is over.
So
And does everybody have their shirts off?
Yeah.
yes.
What side's Tom Cruise on? Church or skate?
Fucking Leo and Jar Jar asking the hard hitting question.
Well, anyway, you wanted to know about
Tom
the
Cruise
plot.
running this.
So what happens in it, Steve? Like what is the plot?
Basically, it's kind of the fallout from the first movie. So, in the first movie, Tom Cruise's friend, co-pilot, dies.
Goose.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's that bleeds into this movie a lot. We have
Is
Goose's
there
son.
a singing part where everybody sings together and tries to get the girl at the bar?
Not the
Never
girl, but there
close
is
your
singing because we
eyes.
have Goose's son on the piano doing Great Balls of Fire, which is
That's got to be Miles Teller, right?
yes.
The second I saw him in like a still,
Who
he had a
is
mustache.
Facebook
I was
user?
like,
yeah, who
oh,
was that said that?
I was like, holy shit! Like
just out of curiosity.
Miles Teller looks so much like Anthony Edwards right now. And then I read like a brief thing, and they're like, oh, he's playing Goose's son. And I was like, well, that tracks then.
Yeah.
Good
So-
job, casting director.
Wolfie? I'm assuming Wolfie.
Yes.
Hi, Wolfie. Yeah, it's bad enough I'm trying to give this review for the past 5 minutes, and I got these cast of characters already giving me a new one. So it's basically a fallout from the first movie. There's a deep reference to the female character. There's a fallout with Goose's son. It just everything from the first movie that wasn't any unanswered questions gets answered here. It's a really good movie. There's a bunch of callbacks to the first movie. You hear Danger Zone, cue the Archer references right now if you want to. It's really, really good. I recommend you check it out. There you go. Now you
Does he
got it.
ride a
Alright,
motorcycle?
cool.
But I haven't actually seen the first movie all the way through, so I probably won't.
See, I loved the first movie.
It's a good 80s movie. Like, I have to
I've
say.
seen Hot Shots a bunch. Does that count?
Hot Shots is fun too. Part 2.
Heart dog.
So
What was that other one that was kind of like that, where like their secret agent? It's kind of like a Hot Shots, but
Top Secret.
Top Secret.
Yeah, I think you guys know
Val
what I'm
Kilmer?
talking about. Val Kilmer and the fireplace is falling through the air and that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Val Kilmer makes an appearance in this one, so which is interesting given his
Spoiler
condition,
alert.
how they use his condition in this. So it's
Yeah,
Well,
they digitized his voice.
Is he a radio DJ in the movie?
no.
coming in?
For
At
those of you
number
who don't
one.
know, he has throat cancer, so he can't speak. So he's using a computer.
Oh, does he? It was a joke, Steven, because he can't use his voice.
But he does speak a few syllables. So
Well, that's nice that they included him. Too bad they couldn't have included, Kelly McGinnis, but that's neither here nor there. She looks exactly how old she is. That's the problem.
I was gonna say, I was one of those people that were young enough to see Top Gun, and wanted to join like the Navy, like right after. Like I wanted to be in like to fly jets and stuff like that. And like my mom said no.
Yeah, probably for the best.
Yeah, but it did its job. It sold me on it, you know.
Yeah. Thanks,
And military
propaganda.
recruitment went up 500% after that movie came out.
Well, and I remember reading something where they actually had like recruitment booths like outside in front of the theaters and stuff.
They
I'm
were
sure they were
outside
chopping
the
at the
fucking
bits.
theater when I was seeing the movie
Oh, there you go.
Jesus, Mary and
Why
Joseph.
didn't you sign up, Steven?
because I can't.
Yeah.
I would
It's like I saw this in
just 'cause
IMAX.
of
That's
that.
as much experience I need.
No, for
Yeah, for medical reasons.
I
Steve,
go over
Steve
to
would be
him with a
barred.
huge thing of popcorn and be like, "So, what's my chances of getting in?"
Wow.
Yeah. So you know, speaking.
So, you guys tolerate loud chewing in the armed services, or what?
So on other news, something is finally over. The world was gripped.
Oh, fucking Christ!
Jeez.
Free at last, free at last. My motherfucking news feed is free at last.
Obviously,
Praise Jesus.
We have
obviously, we're
rectified
talking
the
about Johnny
demons.
Depp and Amber Heard.
Well, it's not over yet because
What?
she's probably gonna still bitch and moan about her role in Aquaman 2. So
I mean, there's
That's-
also like
That's
here-
fine.
So we
but
won't
it's-
hear about it.
We won't hear about it because it's not going to have anything to do with this wildly stupid trial.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Wolfie's right, and there's a reason nobody signed up for the army after Platoon.
Yeah,
The-
for real. Why didn't anybody sign up after Full Metal Jacket and Platoon? I don't get it. What the fuck does this Top Gun movie have that we ain't got?
Harley Ermery
It has a lot of homoerotic,
shirtless.
shirtless volleyball on the beach. Oh, really? Yeah, maybe we should have worked some scenes like that into those flicks.
Because Harley Ermery scared the shit out of people to make them not go in the military.
I don't think it was Arlie Ermey so much as just,
Fuck.
the whole hell of war. I mean, like that entire thing. And also, I mean, Full Metal Jacket, what a great movie up until the point they actually go to fucking war.
It's a good movie through and through, no matter what.
Yeah, what happens after they go to war?
They're in the shit.
That's it. Yeah, okay. There's all your character development. Like, oh, all the crazy, exciting stuff that everybody always talks about and mentions whenever they talk about Full Metal Jacket is all in the front half of the movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That is
Great
true.
job, Kubrick. You did it again. You tricked us, you son of a bitch.
I was gonna say Amber Heard got roasted the last day of the trial.
Every day of the trial.
Well-
At least she didn't get shit on.
I don't care.
That was
Like for real, I could give two shits less about
Oh.
any of this. I'm sorry.
I don't think we're allowed to use shit jokes at all with this.
I think we are.
In her defense, yes, we can use shit jokes on her.
I don't
Is that
care.
in her defense?
Oh, this one rich person suing another rich person because they said something
Yeah.
like, I don't care. There's so much more important things going on in the world to give two shits about what these like, two
Yeah,
fuckers are like
fucking-
complaining about.
19
Hell
children
yeah.
and 2 adults were murdered in a school, and my news feed was still flooded with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp bullshit.
Yep.
Holy crap.
Another
What is
shooting today.
fucking
Yeah.
Yep.
day.
In
In
Tulsa.
Tulsa. The fucking nightmare, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, I
you know,
didn't
and
even
yet-
know about that one.
that,
Thanks, guys.
that whole guns don't kill people, people do. You know something? Technically correct, but let's say the full thing. Guns don't kill people. People with guns kill people. That's the problem. All right.
Yep.
I've never once seen a gun jump down off a shelf and be like, listen up, this will only take a second. Not once.
Oh, you motherfuckers.
Somebody posted a list.
I'm sorry,
of
it's not
the-
funny at all, but like, God.
Well, you gotta laugh because the alternative is
Yeah.
It's
screaming
crying
and
yourself.
No,
flying.
I believe me, I do both a lot.
Yeah.
The news, and I know this is not tech news or whatnot, but the news that keeps on coming out of Uvalde, like what's up with the police chief now, like being AWOL?
Fucking hour outside the goddamn classroom.
A fucking woman who was a mother of a child in that school was stopped, handcuffed, then uncuffed, and then she still fucking ran inside of the school, got her kid, and left. And the cops did nothing.
Yep.
Nothing to save those
thank
children.
you. 77 fucking minutes. Sorry.
Oh god, that's going to be the length of the pilot for Gotham Knights. And I mean, think about how much hell that is.
But the police.
See, I brought it around. I tied it in,
Thank you,
boys.
Brandon.
The police chief has been AWOL for like 2 days, and he got signed into Senate like overnight,
Whatever.
or some political position overnight.
It's great that they all have brand new body armor and everything too. That's supposed to stand up against rifle.
Yes, they're all happy to
ammo.
show that off in fucking Facebook.
Let me put. Okay, how about
Or
this?
the NRA convention, which
Hey,
happened the same
if it's
fucking
not-
weekend.
If it's
The
not,
NRA doesn't give two shits.
if it's not
Yeah.
a police officer's responsibility to protect the public, what is their job?
Yeah, and why are they stopping the parents from trying to save their
Yeah.
kids? I'm
There
sorry.
should be armed people inside the school. Isn't that their OC
More?
argument? There was
More?
an armed security person in the goddamn school
Yeah.
who did nothing.
There was a ton of them outside of the school that did nothing.
Okay, you know what? Let's shift gears here.
Yeah.
Because-
It's obviously
Touchy,
it-
sensitive,
yeah.
awful subject, and we've already talked about Gotham Knights, so I don't know that we need to talk about any more terrible shit tonight.
Well,
Let's-
I did have
I still wouldn't
Pinocchio on
bring
the
up the heart. Yep, I was gonna.
The what? The herd
What?
thing? Yeah. All right. So how did?
Pinocchio?
Oh
So,
Jesus!
no, Leo. I'm just
hold on.
curious.
Does
How
that
did?
look
How
bad?
did she?
Please.
How did she get roasted? How did she get roasted?
No, it was
Oh
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
in the closing arguments. I'm not gonna say verbatim, but essentially it was just going down the list of everybody that spoke at the trial and like spoke against her. Like essentially she's calling like 8 people a liar.
I think
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Where the lawyer is just like the only people here on your side are paid professionals, and like
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like she called Kate Moss a liar. Kate Moss
I know.
is-
I actually did see Kate Moss's testimony.
Yeah.
That
I missed
because
that one.
it popped up on YouTube. Like it was right there and recommended. I'm like, why are you recommending this to me? This is so stupid. But I
I've been
saw that it was
ignoring
it was 2 minutes long, and I was like, all right, I will listen to Kate Moss. I will see what she has to say. And that's all it was. She boom, done. And I was like,
yeah, but
tip of the cap to Kate Moss. Short and sweet. Thank you very much.
yeah, but Amber was then saying like everybody's coming out of the woodwork to support Johnny, and the prosecutors or Johnny's lawyer said, "What? Kate Moss came out of the woodwork?"
Yeah, right.
Only in my
But
dreams.
yeah, I mean, like
Only in
there
my
was
dreams.
there was some party that happened, and like the guy that was like running the event, she was like saying wasn't there when he was actually there, and yeah, it's just
Listen, what it boils down to is they were in a very what seems to be codependent and toxic relationship.
Yeah.
They were both assholes. Neither one of them got what they wanted out of this trial altogether. Okay, Johnny Depp got what amounts to $13 million, even though he was awarded 15
Yeah.
of the 50 that he was seeking. The reason I say 13 is because Amber Heard was awarded $2 million for reasons I don't know. I don't care. But the most important part of this, and I can't stress this enough,
is that it's over.
is this is the last fucking conversation we will
Yeah.
be having about it. because this was a gigantic waste of America and the world's time. Thank you. I cede my time.
I want to be like that written somewhere.
Yeah,
So,
right.
like,
I'll bring it up at the next board of directors meeting.
I was about to say that.
We'll put it on the Google Drive, gang.
Which one? There's 40 of them.
I know, for real.
Oh, geez. No, we're moving to one. We're moving to one because, yeah, the cluster that happened this
It was
week.
like, don't worry, I'm putting a link on all 40 of the drives to the one drive that we're going to... Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
which password is which?
What's the password again? It's password 1. Oh, I don't know why I forget that every time.
So what do we think of Tom Hanks and Pinocchio?
I'm happy that's coming on streaming and not going to waste anybody's time in theaters.
Yeah, the amount of money they're gonna burn with ticket sales is the amount they should burn for firewood and throw Pinocchio on top. It just
I use for them. Keep me warm, you know.
Oh, Wolfie brought up something. Winnie the Pooh in a horror film.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I keep seeing pictures of it. I haven't actually watched like,
Public
any trailer.
domain.
Yeah, so it's public domain, but what Disney controls is Winnie the Pooh in like a red shirt.
Okay, listen.
And-
Oh, so
A.A. Milne's stories, Winnie the Pooh, are public domain. Disney controls their iteration of those characters. So the designs and voices that you know from the cartoons and what have you, or if you're old enough and remember the weird live action
I
suited
loved
Pooh's
it.
Corner.
Stop it.
I did too. They also had Dumbo. They had Dumbo Circus.
Pooh's Corner.
But
But
those iterations are still controlled and owned by Disney. The whole thing with these horror movies, this horror movie, is that it's going to be based on the A.A. Milne stories. So Pooh is going to look more like the drawings from those. Piglet looks more like a warthog. You know, it's not going to be as cartoonish as Disney made it out to be, and
Wait,
that's
Is
okay.
Pumbaa gonna be in it?
Who?
Pumbaa?
Pumbaa.
I mean, considering that I just specified that Disney will have nothing to do with this production, I'm gonna go with a big old nope.
Speaking of, Disney public domain and all that, I'm not sure if you guys know, but Disney could lose copyright protection of Steamboat Willie's Mickey Mouse soon. So
Why is that?
Mickey Mouse could be public domain.
Mickey Mouse should have already been public domain, but they've done everything possible to keep him like
Well, it's
Yeah.
because of the new copyright extension law.
Yeah.
And Disney could lose their prized
This
cash
is-
cow.
This is honestly a debate / argument that's been going on for about 15 years. Every 5 years or so, it starts coming up like, oh, they could lose the rights. It's like, yeah, maybe if they weren't richer than God. Like let's be.
Thinking that Manson might get probation this time or parole.
mean,
this
yeah,
time.
He might make it
They
out
want
this
every
time, gang.
Fungo in their
No.
Infinity Gauntlet. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't think it's likely that it's going to.
but the question is, who would, if they did lose it, they'd have to replace Mickey Mouse statues in Disney World. Who the hell would they replace?
They have a lot of money.
They would just rename him Mikey Mouse. Boom.
Or maybe they'd replace the statues with Uncle Remus. Maybe.
Ricky Rouse? Who the fuck?
They do the KFC route, instead of Mickey Mouse, it'll be MM.
the
Mouse. This is Mouse.
So this just dropped right before the show, and I think this is the last item we have. Chris Hemsworth posted a tweet. A journey in the Mad Max saga begins. Furiosa started filming today.
Okay.
Cool. And that would mean something if I really fucking cared about Fury Road. I saw it. I own
Yeah.
it,
I thought
and
it was weird as fuck.
as well as the chrome, black and chrome versions. which is just a fun way of saying black and white. Yeah, it's a fucking Mad Max movie. I mean, whatever. The fact that
I'll probably watch it.
honestly, like I'm glad that people enjoyed it as much as they did, but like I don't quite understand why people are still to this day screaming that like Mad Max Fury Road is one of the best movies ever made. I just don't understand it.
If
With the cars go vroom.
with the way gas has
I
been,
got nothing for you.
with the way gas has been lately, if it
It's gonna be a
jumps up
historical
another
documentary.
$4, we're probably gonna have to live in a Mad Max world.
It's gonna be a historical
And
documentary.
we got enough electric cars. We'll get past it.
I don't know, man. I work from home, so
And Wolfie, I believe he is.
He is.
now what is this like a
I
prequel?
enjoy the Mad Max
Prequel, yes.
series, but
Prequel to
like
Fury Road.
it's more of just kind of a fun thing. I've never thought of them as like, oh my god, these are epic movies. Like,
Yeah, like there's so much depth and so many layers to peel away. Like not really. No.
Master Blaster, what?
That was an awesome game.
It was. Oh, dude, I read the book about talk about rabbit holes later, but
that was from the before. Oh my god.
Nintendo was great.
You guys sound like idiots.
Yes.
Like I used to think that people in America who sounded stupid were bad, and then I heard that same shit with silly words and an Australian accent. Yikes. How do we top the second movie?
Yeah,
I know.
got Mad Max.
In the third movie, let's put a big fucking cage over him and have Tina Turner in it. Fantastic.
And then Tupac rips it off in the 90s.
Well, no, he homaged it.
I love that. Come on.
Oh my god, it's not a ripoff. It was an homage to the movie.
I know it was an homage.
No. I hear
It's
that
like a
all
cover
the
swipe.
time though. Like I
cover
hear
swipe.
the term ripoff used so often, and it's like, do you not you, Steven, but like do people not quite get that? Like clearly, if Tupac Shakur and the director of that music video were going so hard on the imagery from Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, that they were probably fans of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And this is their way of saying, like, we love that movie so much, we wanted to, like, make our own version of it. And I think that's awesome. That's great. That's like getting to play in a sandbox that you thought you'd never have a chance to even set foot in. You know, when you hear folks out there say, like, oh, they just ripped it off, it's like, how the fuck do you think people get to like where they are artistically? They take inspiration from other things and they play around with it, and then it filters through themselves and becomes a different thing. But you can still recognize the pieces of what brought it to where it is. You know, that's what homage is all about. You know, that's why it's fucking dangerous for somebody like Marvin Gaye's kids to sue fucking Pharrell and Robin Thicke for blurred lines, because like, oh well, he was clearly inspired by my dad, and then they fucking won. Like they were given money. It's like now you can't listen to a thing and absorb it and love it your whole life and say like, oh, I want to kind of like cultivate that same sound, like do a throwback to it. Like God help anybody from Prince's estate that ever listens to Janelle Monáe's Make Me Feel, because the second they listen to that shit, it's game over for her. Like I'm just saying, like, that was a fun video, and anybody that ever saw Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome was like, oh, I never would have thought California Love would have been done to a Mad Max theme. Okay. And it works. That's the craziest part about it.
Yeah,
and
it does.
people tend to forget
Hype
that.
Williams.
What's that?
Hype Williams, the person who directed it. I'm like, I know who directed it.
There we go. Yeah, that makes sense. Hype Williams is a talented director. Talented. But like, no, it's just, I don't know. It was very cool to see that done. And fucking Tupac Shakur, you have to remember, he was a performer through and through. It wasn't just, you know, rapping, you know, hip hop. It was, he went to school for performing arts. He danced, he acted, you know, it's like he was somebody that just genuinely enjoyed performing whatever in front of people. And you know, I think for him to be able to step in and be like, oh yeah, let's do a whole Mad Max thing with Hype Williams, who was definitely one of the most trusted music video directors of the 90s and what have you. Yeah, why would you say no to that? I sure as fuck wouldn't have.
Actually, I lied. There's one more thing that actually just dropped.
That's okay.
He was
Actually,
also in
there's-
that movie with the judge.
Nothing but trouble.
Yeah, thank you. God,
There's
I
actually
love
one
having
more
you
thing
around, Brandon.
also.
You're like fucking perfect.
One more, Steven. One more. So this makes me extremely happy. It seems like his career is coming back since Loki. But Owen Wilson has a show coming out in August called Secret Headquarters. And it's going to be Paramount Plus. It's a superhero show.
Oh, okay. I actually saw a little thing pop up in my email earlier today, but I lost sight of it because I lost electricity for a couple of hours today.
Oh,
Something happened in my city and like 1,500 people lost power. So I, you know, after a bit, I kind of lost track of all the things I wanted to look up because I had it all on my computer. I was like, oh, when I'm done with work, yada, yada, yada. And this happened when I had 10 minutes left to work. So I got to fill out a form tomorrow. I swear to God, I wasn't playing hooky. But yeah, is it going? It's going directly to Paramount Plus now. Is that what's happening?
Yep, Paramount Plus. It's so Secret Headquarters, and they've learned that it's going to be premiering exclusively on Paramount Plus. Film focuses on a kid named Charlie who, along with his friends, discover the headquarters of the world's most powerful superhero has been hidden under his family home the whole time. So, yeah, Owen Wilson, he's a national treasure.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was Nick Cage.
I'll have to get the two confused.
Hold on, wait. I think I've been practicing my Owen Wilson impression. Hold on.
Oh.
Wow.
All right, there we go.
Perfect.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Well, we're gonna wrap things up.
Wait, hold on. If you're gonna watch
no
Secret
Willow?
Headquarters, make sure. Oh yeah, that's right, Willow.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's what
I
I've
had,
been waiting for the whole night. God
real
damn.
quick though, I just want to say, if you're gonna do Secret Headquarters, it sounds to me like a fun double feature for that would be Sky High and Secret Headquarters. Just keep that in mind, kids.
Yeah,
if you have Disney
I
Plus,
still need
it's
to
up.
watch that.
Oh my!
You haven't watched
Leo!
Sky High, Leo?
Wow.
I think this is
Also,
like
God.
the 5th time it's been mentioned in like 2 months.
So Jar Jar, you mentioned Willow. I totally forgot about that. Magic.
All these superhero friggin' shows and movies. Let's get back to swords and wizards and magic and fantastic.
That's not Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
looks
that's not Game of Thrones.
It looks really good. I mean, I loved the first Willow, and I'm really
Warwick's
interested
back.
in.
I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's bringing the new cast around.
yeah.
It's gonna be
I don't
really
know,
good.
man. Like,
Oh, shut up, Brandon.
I mean,
I
You're
didn't
not
see
gonna
anything
ruin
in the
Willow for me.
I didn't see anything in the trailer that made me particularly excited for it. I mean,
I know, but I love
Willow.
Willow
That's all you need.
itself.
I stand by my statement. I didn't see anything in the trailer that made me excited for it. I mean, I will. Okay, like
it was
I'm
the
gonna-
Andor
Brownies.
trailer that I had the same feeling for, Brandon.
I'm sure.
Andor.
Yeah, and I don't blame you for that 1 second, Steve.
Because I was
because-
fucking confused with it. I know it's going to take place before Rogue One, because after Rogue One,
Yeah, newsflash,
just
he
in the
fucking
wind.
dies. What?
yeah,
but-
but the trailer didn't of Andor. I know.
Let me quick temperature check here on the subject matter. Who here either just likes or straight up loves the movie Legend?
I'm
Jeremy?
on
Yeah.
the love side.
Okay,
I'm on the like side.
Leo.
Haven't seen it.
Not
What the
surprised.
fuck is the matter with you?
Whoa.
Yo-Yo, have you seen Legend? Okay, so it means you have or you haven't. I don't know.
I vaguely remember seeing it.
Okay.
I see a lot.
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
I don't fucking care about Legend. I don't gravitate.
It's okay.
Oh, okay. Here's another
It's
one.
okay.
Leo might actually have an opinion on this. The Dark Crystal.
Smells like
Yeah.
candy.
I hate that fucking movie. I hate
Definitely.
it. I love them. I love Jim Henson. Absolutely love so many things. But when it comes to that, I just don't get it. Don't get it at all. I think part of it for me, even as a kid, was the complete and utter lack of an actual person on screen. So it just honestly felt like
The
puppets.
creepy rabbits, mind you,
Skeleton.
the new show I didn't get at all.
I would rather
like,
watch every,
fell
and
off
this is,
very quick.
and I liked this show, but I would rather watch every episode back to back of Jim Henson's The Storyteller
Love it.
than any of the Dark Crystal ever again for the rest of my life.
I would agree with that.
Yeah,
The,
I am.
I feel like The Storyteller is a classic that not many people know about.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that show.
Just
I mean, I'm talking about like back
it's
when it was
good
on
storytelling.
HBO.
Yeah. It's like really interesting. Like
John Hurt was in an episode that has stuck with me like my entire life. It's the one with the
Rooster.
bag and death.
Oh
Yeah. Yeah, what's in the bag? Nothing. But
yeah.
when it comes to like fantasy stuff, I don't know. It's very hit or miss for me. Very hit or miss. There's no middle ground. I don't walk away from those kinds of things where I'm like, it was okay. Like I'm either like, oh, I really liked it, or that was terrible, and I never want to see it again. Don't mention it in my presence. Honestly, like I am not a very big fan of the Lord of the Rings. I just have a hard time getting into it, and that has been for many, many years, ever before the movies too, because I read The Hobbit and I loved The Hobbit. And then I picked up The Fellowship of the Ring and I put down The Fellowship of the Ring because it was fucking terrible. I did not enjoy it. He starts describing the fucking trees as they're leaving the
Grass.
Shire. Oh my God.
It's a grass.
Dude, really? This fucking teabag. Like, you wordy motherfucker.
3 pages.
No need for it. It is
I
literary
made it to
NyQuil.
Return of the King, and that's where I felt. I was like,
Okay.
I can't do this anymore.
First off, I'm with you, Brandon, but with the movies because, and my girlfriend is gonna kill me for saying.
No,
this.
I agree. I agree on that with the movies too. I don't really enjoy the movies.
I had to sit with my girlfriend to watch these movies, the extended editions, by the way.
Oh, those are
She
good, but
loves
still
those
not good
movies.
enough.
But if my girlfriend's listening to this, she might want to have a word with you, Brandon, and me, because we're both.
How you doing, Sammy?
All I can't figure out, they make these 4-hour friggin' movie, and they still miss parts in the book that are really pertinent to the story.
How about like the fucking total downer ending for the Hobbits when they get back to the Shire? Oh yeah, anybody that's ever watched the movies? Newsflash, it's not fucking happily ever after for the tiny ones. They get back and it turns out Saruman, he has completely enslaved the Hobbit population. And then they have to go have another battle to free the Shire. And the entire time throughout the series, Merry and what the fuck is it? Pippin and even Frodo, they're like, oh, we can't wait to get back to the Shire where everything is pleasant and normal and not hard. Yeah, and then they get back there and nothing was ever the fucking same again. They were completely destroyed as a culture because of Saruman. Yeah, how's that? Why wasn't that one of your 17 fucking endings in The Return of the King, Peter Jackson? I drank a fucking large Mountain Dew during that movie, and I was ready to fucking piss in the aisle when I got to like the third ending. My brother and I stood up every single time it cut to black. I was so almost literally pissed.
Wait, they didn't.
Your mistake there was seeing the movies in theater.
Yeah.
I tried to see the first one in theaters,
did
and
the
it was
first
so
one.
goddamn long. I was like, I am never doing this again.
I went to go see it at the Dirt Theater here in Brockton when we still had one. It cost me like $5 fucking. There were 3 other people in the cinema.
Oh God,
I
I had
saw
nothing better to do that day. It was like summertime and hot. I was like, yeah, it's air conditioned.
I saw the first Lord of the Rings in the theater without knowing anything about Lord of the Rings, and I got to the end, and I'm like, "What? That's not an ending. What happened?"
It's the first part of a trilogy. Oh, I know Star Wars trilogy means 3. Okay. Oh, so I mean, I'm just, you would probably love the whole exchange between Randall and the fucking doofus kid in Clerks too, huh? The argument
God.
about the trilogy. But yeah, like when it comes to fantasy stuff, if it's good for me, it's good, and if not, like I could not be bothered. Like I had a friend in high school, good dude. He loves all that fantasy stuff. And he loved the Aragon books.
Me
about the
too. They
dragon.
fucked up the movie.
And
Hardcore.
he was so excited when they made the movie, and then he was like, "Let's get the movie, like let's go see it." And we saw the movie, and I was like, "Dude, I swear to God, I will slap the fucking taste out of your mouth if you ever suggest a movie like this to me again."
Dude,
But that's the thing is, like, I like the movie Dragonheart.
yeah,
It's a good
Dragonheart
movie.
was cool.
I love the Never-Ending Story. I love Labyrinth. I enjoy those flicks genuinely and generally, but
I feel for your friend on Aragon because, like, God, that was such a good book in that.
oh
what
no, I
they
mean I went through it
changed.
I went through it myself because like I'm a big fan of the Dark Tower series by Stephen King. I love those
Yep.
books, and
It's the only
when
series from Stephen King I've read, and I was like,
oh
these
dude,
are awesome. I can't wait. And
everything he
was
writes
like,
for the
what?
most part has some kind of Dark Tower reference in it. That was
Yeah,
always like one of
that's
the
what I
fun
like.
bits. Is when you go
He's
through and like
even a character. I was like, holy crap.
yeah, I mean I'm not a big fan of that happening, but I have a headcanon workaround, but makes a lot more sense.
Even the guy that almost ran him down and killed him has a character in Dark Tower.
Yeah, deed. Hey, anyone here who's never read the Dark Tower series, forget what you just heard. Good, I took care of it.
So here's a question
Man in
for you.
Black.
But that movie was abysmal. It was an
Yeah,
insult.
No, I'm talking
didn't
about the book, Brandon. Not the movie.
No.
Oh,
I
no,
know,
no.
but I
That's
was
what he was
talking.
saying.
I was talking about how I love the series, and then they made a movie, and the movie was
Oh yeah, that was
terrible.
it was
was
It was
awful.
comparing it to Erica.
I was exactly my friend's experience with Erica. Thank you, Yo-Yo. See, Yo-Yo was listening. Jesus, thank you.
So, question for Jar Jar, since you like medieval sword and sorcery, did you ever see the 1981 movie Dragon Slayer?
Sounds familiar. Give me a little bit more.
Peter McNichol's first movie.
Oh wow, I think I've seen that.
He's like a sorcerer's apprentice. The sorcerer.
I've seen the porn version of it called Dragon's
Hold on,
Lair.
Ooh. Let me just look at the cover art, and I'll tell you in a second.
It has the guy from Ghostbusters 2 in it,
and
who played
Dracula's dead mother.
Janosch. Hey, baby, the child.
There's a part 2. Holy crap!
No, he said Ghostbusters too. Dragon Slayer.
Yeah.
There was only the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was saying Peter McNichol's from Ghostbusters 2.
And
He
Dracula's
plays
dead mother.
Janosch. He is in Dragon Slayer. You know what? Real quick, another one that I really enjoyed, and you probably like this too, Steven, I would imagine, because it's a Dick Donner movie, Lady Hawk.
Yes.
Oh, I love Lady Hawk.
That is a phenomenal movie. Together forever, eternally apart. Oh man.
Yeah.
And Matthew Broderick, dude, holy shit, he's such a pipsqueak in that movie.
Yeah, the haircut's a little distracting, but
The haircut, dude, he weighs like fucking 92 pounds.
So
That's with
I have
chainmail
not
on.
seen Dragon Slayer.
very basic story, sorcerer's apprentice, and
Oh, you're really selling it, bro.
no, it's just a tried and true story of this they sacrifice virgins to the dragon, and the apprentice falls in love with this girl, and he wants to save her, and he goes fights the dragon. So
I hope he wins.
I mean,
I highly recommend
there's a simpler solution here.
It's certainly a classic from '81. But I mean, for the time, the special effects were pretty good, and I would recommend. It's on Pluther if you want to check it out.
Hey, is Kroll on Pluther?
Oh, that's another good one.
Yeah, I love Kroll. I will find out. If it's not, it can be.
If it's not, it can be.
So, has anyone seen the 4th season of Stranger Things yet?
Yes.
Just the first episode.
I'm only 3 episodes in.
But I am liking it.
Yeah.
It's really good. I've seen a particular complaint lobbed against this season of Stranger Things, which is absolutely ridiculous when you look particularly at the genre or genres
Mhm.
that Stranger Things is, they are homaging.
Yeah.
And that's another one of the things, people keep saying, like, oh, they're just ripping everything off. It's like, no, it's an homage. Like, the Duffer Brothers have been very straightforward about how influential Stephen King and Spielberg's Amblin movies were on this entire project. Like, it's not a fucking secret. Like, they purposely evoke the feelings that you got from watching these movies and reading these books.
Exactly. It
Because
was
that's
all
what
nostalgia.
that's what inspired
Yeah.
them to make this story. Like, see, it all comes together, gang.
And it's not only that, Brandon, I agree with you, but only 3 episodes in I'm in, but it's not just that, but it's a certain horror franchise from the 80s that has a certain vibe with this.
Yes.
Music cues, the voice, yeah.
There's actually a couple of different music cues from a couple of different horror franchises that show, well, like similar in this. And you can put 2 and 2 together when you think about the fact that there's a lot of synth music in
Yeah.
this. If
and
you
the
know,
vibe of it too.
yeah,
Like,
if you know horror movies and a community that's been terrorized by the idea of a killer somewhere in the midst, like, and there's a bunch of synth music, just think hard about that and you'll figure it out. I'll just leave it there. But one of the things I've heard complained about in this too, for the most part, is like, oh, all the teenagers are like fucking 25. Yeah. Okay. And if I can suspend disbelief long enough while watching any one of the Friday the 13th or A Nightmare on Elm Street movies to believe that those
Those were
kids
teenagers.
are teenagers, I can do the same thing for Stranger Things. Like, you don't get to say you're a fan of those movies and not call those movies out for that, and then turn around and say that this thing, which has a much better constructed story and better special effects, is shitty because of that same thing. Like, nah, man, that's not how it works. That's the definition of a double standard, douchebags.
right.
You know, but it's really good, and I cannot wait till we get the last 2 episodes, which are like giant supersized episodes.
Yeah,
Like,
it's supposed to be like a feature film-esque. Like the last episode's like 2.5 hours, and
yeah,
the penultimate, like the one before it, is like an hour and 45.
yeah. There's if you
I'm
are
not even telling my girlfriend that when we
if-
start watching.
if you are
It's gonna be like, yeah, we'll watch the next one.
if you're a fan of 80s horror movies, especially like particular franchises with
Yeah.
supernatural boogeymen
Mhm.
as the antagonist
Villain.
/ protagonist, then you will be pleased, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
with this
season
season.
2 lost me, but season 3 brought me.
Season 2
way in.
almost lost a lot of people, and that is
Yeah.
because they jumped the gun with how they were trying to do world building.
I
Mhm.
think so too.
It was
yeah.
too distracting.
just-
They had us get invested in the town and the relationships, the interpersonal relationships with the group of kids. And they removed 11 from that, and she was the catalyst for everything that had happened in the first season. So to take her, it really made what the other kids were doing seem superfluous, and also what she was doing seem superfluous. Like, why would she do this? Like, they could have had her find things out without going on that weird
yeah.
sidetrack with whatever number that other kid was. I can't even remember her name. what was she, 7 or something, or 6?
I think it was 7.
Yeah.
Not positive.
And also like, not that it was the actress who was playing her's fault, but like that character was just awful. Like she had, I don't know a single person that thought she was like good at all. Like, oh, I'm so glad they included her. I think it's funny too that, and this is not spoiling anything, like they touch upon when 11 was still in that program
Yeah.
in this season, and they don't do anything with that girl at all.
At all.
At all. As a matter of fact,
Weird.
like there's something that goes down which almost makes it seem like, wait a minute, how could that girl have been in season 2 then? If
You know
this
what? Now
happens
that you're
here-
saying that, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Oh wow. Huh. They even
Yeah.
retconned.
yeah, that the second we finished the first episode, I was like, does this negate the fucking
See, I told you, Leo, you didn't need to watch season 2. You could skip
Yeah.
right to season 3.
No, season 2 does need to be seen. You
Yeah.
you
I don't
skip
want to.
episodes like, what is it, like 5 and 6 or whatever it is, where she
Actually, you know what? He just said he doesn't want to, but he's been making us want to watch Star Trek Discovery. So let's all 4 of us
I
gang
finished-
up on Leo.
I finished the first
Watch
season.
Stranger Things.
I finished the first season of Discovery. So like
Yeah,
I-
yeah.
Your
I'm
turn
in-
now.
Show for a show. It's only fair.
I'm in like Flynn, kids. I 3 more fucking seasons and I get to watch Strange New Worlds.
There you go.
God help you.
I gotta start that one still too.
Oh, Anson Mount actually, very very cool. Like we were talking about Moses Ingram earlier. He went and made a statement on social media as well, calling out everybody for their bullshit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
talking about how both Star Wars and Star Trek are supposed to be inclusive and for the fans. And you know, she as well as everybody else will always be welcome because there's room for everybody at the table, which I couldn't agree with more. And then he put like hashtag Star Wars, hashtag Star Trek, hashtag Strange New Worlds, and I was like, that's exactly right. Like
Oh yeah. Yeah.
that is perfect because like, yeah, two completely unrelated franchises, but really, you know, when it comes down to it, one is supposed to be all about balance and how everything needs to be made just right for everyone across the board, and the other one, Star Trek, is ideally what the future should be. You know, we are more about the pursuit of knowledge and exchange of information than we are about personal gain and wealth. You know, that's all those things, man. Just that is like the way the world should ideally work. And to see that the people who were involved,
We're not
in-
there.
the people who were involved in making them share that same enlightened vision that the creators of these particular properties had. You know, it's heartening. Like, I appreciated the hell out of that because I mean, especially as a dude who didn't have anything to do with Star Wars, you know what I mean? But to still use his platform as somebody seen as part of a big sci-fi franchise and come out and make a statement, good on him, for real.
Yeah.
But we need more people doing that.
Well, on that note, we're gonna wrap things up because we still have another show to record.
Yeah.
Oh, you and Brandon and Justin, yeah.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah,
outta
that's why
here,
I
you
was like,
guys.
that's why I was like, please just shut the fuck up about Batman. I'm just, you guys have to understand, like, I love getting on the horn here and talking with Leo and Justin about Batman, but like, I am well aware of
Oh,
my
yeah.
role in the show, and Justin is out and out because I did question it at first. I was like, I mean, you guys are like super Bat fans, and I'm like fair weather at best. I mean, I don't know. I'm more likely to talk shit about something I see. And Justin's like, that's exactly why I want you there. You're going to keep us honest. Because if we start fanboying out too much, like, we could become unreliable. And I'm like, all right, I mean, if that's what you want me to do, I'll do it, buddy. I'll be there for you.
I'm
Think
sure
this
you're
Batman
really breaking
comic
your
was
back
the
there.
best thing I've ever read. Was it? Was it the best thing you've ever read? Did you learn how to read last week? Is that why? But I mean, we do have a lot of fun, and it is constructive criticism. But yeah, like for me, I'm glad that I'm doing it, not just because I get to do the show with friends of mine and guys who just know this stuff like back to front, but also it exposes me to books and stories and storylines that I otherwise may not really give the time of day to. So I appreciate that, but at the same time, like when I don't have to talk about Batman on the Dork Night, I just don't want to fucking talk about Batman. Like I just
Well-
I don't. It's so fucking much. I just give me a fucking bat break. God damn it.
Well, so next week, stay tuned next week for our Batman special. No, just
Fuck you, dude.
Oh, Batman.
I just gonna fucking
Batman.
spit lemonade all over my keyboard, you asshole. Fuck.
Batman.
where
Oh.
we're gonna cover Batman 1989 through 66 through no, I'm joking. Anyway, I'm Leo. Just Google me. I run the Dorkening Podcast Network. We got about 40 shows on the network, a ton of awesome people doing a ton of awesome stuff. Head on over to thedorkening.com, which you can find all the latest episodes of all the shows there. And speaking of that, yo, where do you like people interacting with you?
Yo Saint Laurent on Instagram. That's pretty much it. And of course here.
Yay. Jar Jar.
Check out Comic Book Lovers, Buy, Sell, Trade, and Auction on Facebook and get your dork on. Woo! And check out Splash Pages on Tuesday night, Still Token on Wednesday night, and this one on Wednesday night.
Yeah. Steven.
Super Retro Throwback Reviews on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And you can check Super Retro Throwback Reviews out on Dorkening Podcast Network and all major podcast distributors. Our 200th episode is on June 13th. Make sure you check that out. We got so much.
TheDay.com.
I was getting to that. Check the show notes up above or down below and vote for Super Retro Throwback Reviews as local podcast host in TheDay.com.
Once a day, every day.
It takes 30
That's a day.
seconds. And the voting ends Sunday at
Unless you have a bad
11:59
internet
p.m.
connection.
It takes more than 30 seconds.
That's because you didn't vote.
You need better
I
internet.
voted.
I need an adult. I don't know how to read.
Brandon.
Boy, I'll tell you, you kept making those Batman comments. I was really hoping that I was going to be the next one. I wish I had like a rope or something to hang from here. That way, when you came to me, I could just slap a note on my ankles real quick that says "No more Batman," and I'm just like swinging back and forth. Like,
Brooks was here.
I guess this was Brandon's last show. Sorry everyone. I'm Brandon Powers, aka Powerful Brandon. If you feel so inclined, come on over to Facebook and check out the Powers Combined group. We're just a group of dorks that like to share info, memes, ask questions. You will not be made fun of because you share things from your fandom. Our number one rule there is don't be a jerk. If somebody violates that, they will be booted immediately. You can follow me on the socials, Twitter at Brandon's Powers and Instagram at This Brandon Has Powers. I'm here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. for the Dorkening Podcast Wednesday night show. And you can check me out bi-weekly, switching back and forth 1 week to 1 week. The Dork Night, which covers all things Batman with Justin Cooper and Leo Pond. And then Comics Paradox, which we talk about alternate reality takes, what ifs, Elseworlds, and then storylines, stuff like Tangent Comics, or Amalgam Comics, or Age of Apocalypse, things of those nature. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, keep your eyes and ears peeled.
Awesome. With that, we'll catch you up. Wrong button. We'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
And go to
Vote for us.
TheDay.com. The Day.